Hello, my name is Marla Lobley, and I'm the Human Development, Hospitality, and Food Science Liaison Librarian, which means I'm your librarian. And that means that I can help you with any of your HHFS classes, including this class in Food Science, where you need to find some information about your assigned food. So first of all, I want to show you my contact information here on the main tab of the course guide where you are now. And you can email me, call me, or set up an appointment with me anytime if you need help finding, citing, or using information. And the schedule an appointment button can be in person, over the phone, or through Zoom if you don't live in or near Ada. So first of all, on the Plan tab, I have some information about making search terms, your assignment requirements, and then creating an account with EBSCO. And this is optional. It's just a useful tool if you would like to do that. And then on the Search tab, this is kind of the meat of the information. You will need to find background and history information about your food. So that usually comes from encyclopedias. And so I've listed 3 encyclopedias here. You notice one is an ebook, one is on the 2nd floor of the library, and one is a website. And so hopefully you can find your background and history information in one of those. But if not, I will show you a third way, and that is on the library website, which is library.ecok.edu. And then on the Everything tab, I'm going to type in the broadest term for my food, and usually just the name of the food. If it's, say I have self-rising flour, just type in flour. So that the first result is usually going to be from Salem Press Encyclopedia, which is an online encyclopedia that we purchase access to. And when you click on it, you can see here's all of the background and history information about butter. Okay, so you will also need to find some food facts and nutritional sensory implication information. And so again, I'm going to use this everything box, but this time I'm going to be a little bit more specific. So I might say flour sensory, or I might say butter replacement. So I want to start narrowing down onto answering what my question is. And you might also use the readings from the text or the information you get from the videos you watch to generate more search terms to see if there's a technical term for what you're studying. And then you can use that and bring up more articles. So you can see over here on the left, I can limit by date and what type of publication. I also have some options in my search terms. So I can use Boolean operators. So one example is flour nutrition asterisk. And that asterisk is going to bring up articles with the words flour nutrition and flour nutritional. And so I can do 2 searches at once with that asterisk. And that asterisk is called a wildcard, and it fills in any letters after this word. Okay. I can also do a not search, so I will show that real quick. So if I just search butter characteristics, I find that I get a lot of stuff about cocoa butter, which I don't want stuff about cocoa butter. I want to know about milk butter. So I can search characteristics butter, not, in all caps, cocoa. I could also put it in a separate box and choose not from this drop-down menu here. And so then I will just get results about true butter, not cocoa butter. Another neat trick is to use quotation marks. So let's say I have a phrase that's 2 words or 3 words that I want to search. For example, cocoa butter, you could search that as a phrase, or in this case, wheat protein. If I want to search that as if it was 1 word, not wheat and protein, but just wheat protein, I can put that in quotation marks, and you can see all of these results. Wheat protein appears together and not in 2 separate areas of the article. Okay, so if you are having trouble finding information that you need about your food, there's a couple of other options for you. You can search in some of these suggested journals that I've linked to here. And this will greatly narrow your search because these journals only publish information about food, and so it'll cut out other articles that aren't necessarily about food in the context that you're looking for. I definitely recommend comprehensive reviews in food science and food safety. That seem to be much more on the correct level, and they're not quite as heavy in the chemistry and biology side of things as some of the other articles and journals that I found. And so I would definitely check out those comprehensive reviews in food science and food safety. And when you click on that journal, you see you go to a different looking website, and you're welcome to browse the articles here, or you can search, and you notice the drop down button says search this journal only. And then so that is how you can search. And see your results here. Give it just a moment to pull up. Well, it would usually pull up a lot faster, but I think the weather today is interfering with our internet. I also linked to some suggested databases here. Now, these things that say EBSCO out beside it will usually be searched in that everything box. But if you want to find a more consumer-focused article, this Hobbies and Crafts Reference Center indexes lots of different magazines on all kinds of hobbies and crafts, and cooking is one of them. So you can see what kind of cooking magazines are saying about a certain topic by searching that. And then the New York Times is also going to be more consumer-focused. They do have a food section that will talk about news and food and restaurants and chefs if you would like to check that out. And you have free access to the New York Times because you are an ECU student. We pay for that subscription. And so here's information here about how to activate that access and set up your account with them. Okay, and then finally on the Evaluate tab, I have some information about checking to see what you read and making sure that it's credible. And this CRAP test here has lots of questions for you. I highly recommend this video thinking about who you trust your food information to come from and why do you trust them for that information. So in the next video, I will talk about citing and APA.